Welcome, one and all, to the Grow Up Level Up Sunset Select special live here on twitch.tv/Grow Up Level Up. My name is Samson, aka Samson XP, and right over there is Jordan, aka Sir Dr. JM. What's going on, Jordan? Live.
That's me right here. What's
live.
going on?
Yeah.
Pokemon's going on. I'm just noticing that the Twitch chat is actually the same as the chat in here, which is pretty wicked. So I'm going to close Twitch and not worry about that. But yeah, I mean, Pokemon's going on. You ask what's happening right now? People on the streets would say Pikachu or maybe Gen 10. So here we go.
We're going to get into it. Hold your horses, Jordan. First, we got to shout out the good people in Twitch right now. If you didn't know what we're doing, we are live on Twitch for probably the first time. I think I did a test stream and I'm like, I don't really want to do Twitch.
Oh, okay.
We are live on twitch.tv/Grow Up Level Up, bringing you the podcast that likes to talk about the fun and games that helped us grow up and how it influences us today, especially this whole Pokemon thing. We also like to talk about the games that you should be playing in your 5 to 9 after your 9 to 5. And we like to talk to guests. We like to talk to each other. We like to yap each week, every Friday over on YouTube and podcasts, or sometimes Twitch, about what's going on in the games industry, the games that we're playing, the movies and TV shows that we're playing. And yeah, just try to give you some recommendations. So welcome here to twitch.tv/Grow Up Level Up. We're testing this. It's a special occasion. Tomorrow is Pokemon Day 30th anniversary. We are doing our predictions of what they're going to announce. Kind of last minute, kind of not really. Last minute would be like 5 a.m. Pacific, an hour before. But we have a lot in store for you today. So get ready and strap in. If you are watching live, just like Day Turbo 7 in the chat is, you can catch us live on Twitch sometimes. Make sure you subscribe on Twitch or follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube to know when we go live, hit the notification bell. And hey, drop us a follow and a like on whatever podcast services you like if you really enjoy our Yap sessions. Now, shout out Dayton in the chat. I don't want to miss his message. He did say, I think Lucas and I need to have a joint episode, an idea about the creative arts, since Dayton's doing music and he's doing graphic design. Yes, very important. Dayton, we'll chat in the DMs. Don't worry, just DM me later. We'll plan something.
Dayton keeping us honest as well and saying, stay tuned to the Discord for other updates. And what's that Discord link, Samson?
The Discord link is in the description below because it's a big jumble of letters. I didn't want to pay for the vanity URL. Not yet.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Because that costs money. And if you really want to support us by giving us some money, why don't you do it over at growuplevelup.com and grab yourself a Grow Up Level Up hoodie or a Grow Up Level Up t-shirt. I almost said sweater, but a hoodie and a sweater, very similar. A Grow Up Level Up t-shirt with graphics, just like these, designed by the lovely French Tip Design. So shout out to Cameron and friends. Of course, today we are going to go deep into our Pokemon Day predictions. At the same time, you might have, if you're following us all on socials at Grow Up Level Up everywhere, you might have received or seen us post a survey of asking you your Pokemon Day predictions, as well as a couple other fun questions. So as we go through our Pokemon Day predictions, Jordan is going to share the results of that survey and see what funny answers people have written in with.
That's right.
I don't think it's going to be anonymous. So if you wrote in, hey, you get a free little shout out on the show.
None of the answers required you to provide an answer at all. And none of the questions, I should say. And one of the questions was, if you would like to leave your name, put it here. And every single person left something in that field. Some of them are like initials. Some of them are like, a pseudonym or a screen name. So I will shout out everyone that I call upon directly. I'm not just going to share the results, we're going to make it fun. So.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah. Let's have some fun. It's
right.
the kind of the end of the week. I genuinely thought the Pokemon Day was today on Thursday morning. And I'm like, oh, wait. That's like, great. We have something to talk about on the podcast. No, it's actually on the Friday morning. So whether it is the start of your weekend or the end of your work week, well, we get to do it with Pokemon. So really excited for that. It's going to be a big day tomorrow. But today we are giving you our last minute predictions. I prepared 3 of them. Jordan, did you prepare any for this episode?
I prepared exactly 0 predictions.
Oh.
Mostly because I'm just not the Pokemon video game guy. You know, when I talk about the Pokemon video games I've played, it's few and far between. Other than TCG Pocket, that's the only one I play like regularly and have since launch and everything. So yeah, maybe if they announce some stuff tomorrow, I might have some thoughts on that. But beyond that, I think you're just more well informed and more versed on the topic. So
A little bit. I'm only going to the Seattle regionals over the weekend. I'm that big of a Poke nerd. So we'll talk about that a little later because that's also a topic for next week's episode. Don't worry about that. Jordan, I'm going to let you take the wheels. This episode, even though I'm the Poke guy, you've kind of come up with the structure of the episode. So I'm going to pass the wheel to you. Jordan, take the wheel as Jesus would.
Some people call me Jesus. So, okay. Well, then to kick things off here, before we get into prediction number 1, which of course comes from Samson, I'm going to jump into the quiz. Now, the quiz definitely starts at, the survey, I should probably say. Starts off pretty general, I'd say, and things get a little wackier as we go. So the first question I put out to the world there: which Pokemon game is your favorite? Favorite spelled Canadian. We got plenty of answers on this one, although I was surprised at how many people did not provide an answer for this question. So what I've done is I've gone through the answers and I've kind of highlighted the largest quantity. For this one, I probably will share the results because it's pretty straightforward. So Gold and Silver is actually the first place with 5 different people choosing that one.
Makes sense.
Second place, do you have any guess on second place?
I mean, let's see. Probably Red and Blue. Lots of Gen 1ers out there. Yeah.
You nailed it. Red and Blue is second place. A few people did say more than one, and they pointed out Red and Blue for the nostalgia. Shout out to Gianni, who will probably get a few shout outs on this episode because he had some good answers. Dottie also said Blue for the nostalgia. Dottie also provided another one, though. Third place goes to Heart Gold / Soul Silver. So I did separate that out from Gold and Silver. Then we had Yellow, Platinum, Scarlet, Diamond, Crystal, Violet, and finally Sword and Shield.
Wow.
And look at that. Dottie's in the chat.
I was just going to say, speak of the Dottie. What's up, Dottie? Right. Welcome to our inaugural Twitch stream. We're just getting started. You came in at a great time. Speak of the Dottie. So that list, was that in order of ranking or just
that is in order of how many votes they got. So Gold, Silver at the top, Red, Blue next, third place Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then Yellow and Platinum. And from there it was all just like, one or two kind of thing. So
hot take, Jordan. A little bit of a hot take.
Yeah, go for
Sword and Shield had the coolest gyms. Because I don't know if you played it. But Sword and Shield, it was based in the UK, right. Big sports culture. Their whole gym thing was based on football stadiums. Right. So every time you go in a gym battle, on top of that, they had like the Dynamax mechanic where they blow the Pokemon up and they become like kaijus.
Getting large.
I want you now. I don't have the capabilities here. Maybe I can if I tried. I want chat and everybody to go listen to the gym leader theme in Sword and Shield, because that is in the tier of getting yourself hyped up to like go to the gym, nail an interview. It's that whatever they did to that. I think it's Toby Fox actually from Undertale.
Okay, now we're talking.
Whoever did that, like they cooked. There's like cheering. There's like chanting. There's like So Sword and Shield. Every time I fight a gym battle, I'm like, yo, I'm there.
Right.
I'm hyped up.
Hyped,
I am on the stage. Yeah.
Okay, I dropped it in chat just so that I can honestly, so that I will remember to look it up later. But hey, just in case anyone else wants to look it up. So, all right, well, that's fun. Now, our second question here on the survey was, of course, which Pokemon is your favorite? Right? Again, we started pretty
Ooh.
general, pretty easy. You know, I wanted everyone to kind of get into the swing of things. So, which Pokemon is your favorite? The top 3 answers: Squirtle. This one I kind of cheated on. Empoleon / Piplup, because I did have someone, you know, picking those two.
Mhm.
And Politoed was the third one. All 3 of those had the exact same number of people pick them. However, the Squirtlers did say Squirtle Squad for life. Again, shout out to Gianni. Again, he had a lot to elaborate on. Some other ones that I did want to shout out. We have Sinistea, of course, a pick from none
Oh,
other
yeah.
than Josh, High Score Weekly, who, of course, runs a tea farm. We had Heracross, personal favorite of mine. We had Lycanroc, specifically Midnight version, which I love. And we had Shinx. Lycanroc coming from Endless Dark, and Shinx coming from Heroic Headgear. Oh, and Heracross came from Aaron, which I believe is one of your personal friends. Is that not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aaron.
there you go. Lots of other picks, you know, lots of classics. We got Charizard from Virum Dex. Dottie picked Mew, which I love Mew. You know, we got Salamence, we got Mudkip. You know, lots of original 150, which I think, you know, shows us the audience a little bit, but that's okay. Some good picks nonetheless. So, what about you?
Very
Who's your
cool.
favorite?
I might need to grab a visual
Visual
aid for
aid?
this. Give me a
Okay.
second. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's got props. Oh, he's turning off the camera to look for this, you guys. That means he's digging through things. He's digging through his treasures. Maybe he's digging through his Gimmighoul, if you know what I mean, because, you know, Gimmighoul's like a, you know, it's a chest, right? Modeled after a mimic from D&D and RPGs and that kind of game. He's back.
Visual aid. I really like this little alleged cat.
Alleged
Little
cat.
Trubbish.
That ain't no cat. That's
Listen,
a garbage pail. That's a sack of garbage, I should say.
Trubbish is, yes, a sack of garbage. I know you have a question later about what other thing should we make into this. They already did a sack of garbage, so really, world's your oyster. I love this little guy. He reminds me of Kirby. He's like very simple. He's round. He's got little ears. Now, there was a illustration that came out years ago at this point, where a lot of the Pokemon were, it was like, here's a cat themed Pokemon, and yeah, all the cats were there: Meowth, Skitty, Perugly, all those guys. And then also on there was Trubbish, and people were like, did they just confirm Trubbish is like a
Trubbish
cat?
is a cat in a bag? Interesting.
I think, now I need to relook at this, but I think how that worked was like Trubbish is based on some sort of Japanese children's story about cats in trash.
Okay.
So then
interesting.
He's an honorary cat. And it's like,
okay.
Interesting. I mean, it could be a cat. I don't know.
I like it. I like that canon that it's secretly a cat in a trash bag.
That's cat in a bag. Dodie in the chat says, I saw a Garbodor trash can in Japan and always lost my mind. I think I saw the same one. Was it at the Pokemon Center in, I forget the city already, Yokohama? But yes, I saw the Garbodor trash can at the Pokemon Cafe. It was great.
Wicked.
Give him a hug.
Wicked. Nothing like hugging a garbage can. And shout out to my boy, who I do have on my stand right here. There he is, Mr. Gengar.
Cool.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I can show chats. I was
going to say, Samson, did you just do something? Because Dottie's messages came up on my screen real big. And I like that.
Yeah, I did. Dottie's message on the stream. Samson
got me this Gengar when he was in Japan, because Gengar is my favorite. So there you go.
Always on display.
That's
love
right.
it. Love it.
All right. What's third and final question before we get in survey question before we get into your first prediction? This one, not too crazy, but a fun one. Name an animal or object that deserves to be the inspiration behind a new Pokemon. I was shocked that we had people providing the same answers for this one, but we had more than one person write in with this particular one, which this one not too much of a stretch. And, there is a Pokemon a couple Pokemon actually that are kind of close. But that is an orca whale. Now,
Okay.
of course,
Orca whale. Okay.
Kyogre, kind of
What?
orca, pretty darn close. Wailord, Wailmer, also
It's
whales,
a
but
blue.
not
That's like a
orca.
blue whale. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I was surprised that more than one person wrote that in. That was shout out to Russell and Aaron again. The other one that more than one person wrote in with a quill/fountain pen, and the second person wrote a writing quill. So that came
Two
from
people wrote that.
two people.
Interesting.
Yeah, that came from David Trim and Viram Dex. Viram Dex,
Hmm.
of course, definitely a knower in the community. So some other fun ones that we've got here. Dottie, I highlighted your answer because I liked yours. More different dog breeds turned into Pokemon. And that
Okay.
kind of ties nicely into Zachy G, who said, give me an electric/ice type wolf Pokemon. Plenty of wolf Pokemon, but I want a true electric ice type that has all the power and great design. And I like that. I think that is
Okay.
a cool hybrid, is like ice with lightning. So I dig that one.
Yeah. Have they done that yet? The Kyurem fusion with Zekrom. Was
Oh
that
my God.
Ice and
You're
Lightning? It might be just a
you're
dragon.
such a knower. I wouldn't have pulled that in a million years, but
I'm just thinking because Zekrom's a lightning,
Zekrom.
whatever.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
We'll
Fair
do the
enough.
research.
Now, one person who put their name as the man who craves the elixir of life, and in brackets Baja Blast. I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
know who that is. I think that's
okay.
one of my friends. He wrote, I'm going to try and pronounce this, Spaghettitheks, a semi-transparent plastic container with a warped half-melted lid that never snaps on correctly, noodles floating in red sauce like cursed sea serpents, a single noodle that forms a mouth and whispers your name, condensing inside even when the fridge is off, and if I open it, it screams, not loudly, just disappointedly.
I can see a
So it's like
Pokemon
Tupperware,
based
basically.
on leftovers.
Yeah.
Leftovers
And
forgotten in the fridge that has become haunted.
and you know what? I mean, like, I had to shout that one out because I mean, we've got garbage bin, we've got a garbage
Sure.
bag, we've
We
got a
got
set of
chain of
keys.
keys. Yeah.
Yeah, and a chain of keys, clef key, going to come up later. So
Yeah.
I could see them doing a Tupperware thing. I believe it was today when the French Dip Design, shout out to Cameron, on his stream, he filled the survey out and he suggested like a cup of noodles. And as soon as he said it, I could just picture it in my mind. So there you go. Now on the
Very
form,
cool.
he actually did say a sandwich, but anyways, there you go.
That's cool. Shout out to Day Turbo in the chat saying that one sounds like an SCP. Like, the scary monsters. I forgot
Mm-hmm.
what SCP stands for. But yeah. Those things.
Mm-hmm.
Backrooms
Yeah.
movie. Looks good.
True. All
Before
right.
we get into our predictions, I want to shout out our first
okay.
two followers,
Oh.
Dodie and Dayton.
Right
You
on.
guys followed a couple minutes ago. Figure I give you my your flowers. So thank you for following. We got a couple more chats coming in. Haunted Leftovers. Dodie says Haunted Leftovers remind me of the Cowboy Bebop episode. Never watched
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh no, you should. One of the few animes that I have actually caught up on now, of course, because of the Overwatch collab. So
Oh, crazy!
Yeah,
It works.
yeah.
That's what it's for.
when I say
And
caught up on, watched.
one more fun fact from Dayton. My friend did the hair and makeup on Backrooms.
Really? That's pretty darn cool.
Of the monsters or of the? Is there
People?
characters? Of the
There
people?
must be
The
characters.
hazmat suits? I don't know.
Fair enough.
I'm curious to see what that movie is. Of the cast of the
Yeah.
film. I know. I'm being sarcastic. I'm just trolling.
Of
All
the
right.
monsters?
What's next, Jordan?
Next up, I think we're going to pass it over to you, and you can hit us with your first big prediction for the actual Pokemon Presents tomorrow.
Excellent. So I've prepared for you all 3 predictions as directed by Sir Dr. JM. 3 predictions. I'm going to start with my most... I don't know which one I want to start with. Lukewarm one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that one. Lukewarm. It's about Gen 10. I think we're going to expect to see what Gen 10 is, whether it's called hint, winds and waves, what region it looks like, what graphic style it's going to look like. I think that's going to be a big thing. Like, how good is this game going to look, right? It's like some people are like, is it going to be on Switch 1 or Switch 2? guys, come on, it's going to be on Switch too.
It's going to be Switch 2 for sure.
And then
But
people
is
are
it
like,
going to be
oh,
cross?
there isn't enough install base.
There will be.
There will be. Okay, like people will go buy it. I know about 3 to 5 people that are like, I guess I'm getting a Switch too, and they will pay the exorbitant Canadian price for this. And if they don't, then damn, the economy is really, really bad. Must be.
Yeah, totally.
Now, my lukewarm take for Gen 10, it's going to be big change. This is the longest break they've taken between generations in a long time. I don't have an exact number. Yeah. Now, I'm not expecting a revolution, but I'm expecting an evolution, just like how it's always been in the Pokemon games. There's never like a big change. This one is going to be, once again, open world, just like Scarlet and Violet.
Okay.
Scarlet and Violet was open world, but this one's like true open world, as in you can start in your town, but then you can go any direction and go take the gyms on in any direction.
Right.
And those gyms will scale to where your character is at.
Okay.
They will always scale to be a little above where you're at, so it's a little more challenging. And that is kind of the framework for this. It'll be kind of like, I'm going to pull in an old game, Mega Man, where there's an optimal order.
I knew you were going there.
You can if you do it a certain order, you'll get certain types that will counter the next type, or you can do it whichever way you want. Just go by vibes, or you can go backwards, where you're always at the disadvantage of the next gym type. So, but all the gyms will be in like, they'll scale to where your character is at and always be a little harder than what you need to do. So
fair enough.
At the same time, each area is going to have low level monsters and high level monsters to catch. They'll be kind of segregated that way. But it's not going to be fully truly open world where you can like just like Breath of the Wild, you can just run to the Hyrule Castle at the start.
Okay.
There still will be some areas that are like gated by
either
story, or maybe there's like an HM or a mechanic that you haven't unlocked yet until you hit a certain point in the story. But the gym part can be done in any order. I really liked how Scarlet and Violet did it, where there was technically 3 stories going on at the same time.
Okay.
Like your gym, your
Hi Gianni. Bye Gianni.
Chat. The gym, what is it? The school storyline and the rival storyline, the 3 storylines going on at once, and they kind of I don't think they get enough credit for this, but they weaved in and out of that really masterfully, honestly.
Right.
So maybe they'll do something like that again. But you can do it in any order, kind of thing. And yes, shout out to twitch.tv/Gianni DeCrosta in the chat, popping in to say he's recording, but he's here in spirit, stoked for tomorrow. So are we. Catch this episode right before you watch the big presentation at 6 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
We're uploading this right away, so don't worry about that.
Absolutely.
Dodie.
Now, go ahead. No,
I was just going to say, Dodie in the chat says, I'd love for them to provide more of a challenge. Feel like I can beat most of the games in my sleep. Now, Dodie, I'm coming clean here, bro.
Uh-oh.
I'm being honest.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
Scarlet and Violet's kind of hard for me.
I'm
real bad. Because one thing is I don't like grinding. So I just kind of I just beeline to the next objective, and then I die. And my training is blacking out and then just try get it. That's training my Pokemon. But in terms of more of a challenge, I guess it's like, how big of a challenge do you want it to be? Like, do you want it to be a strategic challenge where it's like esports Pokemon Champion League, or do you just want the level cap to be a little higher, so you have to think a little differently? I don't know, something to explore. But I think overall, I think that is a sentiment I can agree with. Like, Pokemon should be more challenging. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't know if it's actually from the little experience I do have with Blue, but I am curious with Fire Red and Leaf Green, whatever you want to call them, remakes, re-releases coming out tomorrow. Yeah. I'm really curious to see what the reception to the difficulty is, because I'm I'm mostly assuming, because it's been so long since I touched any of those games, but I'm mostly assuming they are harder because they're older games. And, for the most part, unless you're playing Souls-like or like a game that's designed to be tough, back in the 90s, games were just more difficult. Like, we didn't know what a lot of quality of life stuff was, which presented a barrier, right? And just made it more challenging. So I am curious to see how that plays out. Because I've heard that before as well. I've heard that people, are a little, I don't want to say frustrated because they always play these games anyways, but people want more of a challenge. So, and that's why you see things like Nuzlocke runs coming out of the community, because of course it's, providing your own challenges in the game. So
100%, 100%.
I like it. Now, let's get into our next question from the survey. We've got, name a franchise / IP you would like to see a Pokemon crossover with. So, of course, most people took this to be video game related, and I actually didn't intend that. It didn't even cross my mind I needed to say, outside of video games as well, but that's okay. We're a video game show, so why not?
Okay.
Again, a little bit surprised that we saw some crossover here in our answers. We had some people, the most people saying Souls-like. Okay. Pokemon Adventure Souls-like. That was from David Trim. Let's get crazy. Give me FromSoft, Game Freak, Farfetch'd, Souls-like. That's Gianni. Of course, Gianni put a lot of thought into his,
like the bird?
answers. I guess so. Yeah. You're playing as Farfetch, I guess.
Oh, you know what? I can see it. Farfetch with the little.
It makes sense, right?
Evolves into Surfetch.
Gets a new weapons or his leak, that kind of thing. I can see that.
Okay, I can see
new
that.
Vegetables. Every vegetable is a different weapon type. You get like broccoli and it does blunt damage or something. Anyway, I like that.
I think you're cooking there.
And then someone by the name of Barnaby said FromSoft style action RPG. So that was by far the most chosen category of games, I guess. Next up for crossover was Digimon. We did have a few people, Virum Dex and Alan. Alan says Digimon, if you know, you know. And then Virum Dex said, Digimon, they've been at odds since their inception. Let's bring them together. So that would be nuts. That's not going to happen in a million trillion years. Just like I don't think we will ever see a DC and Marvel movie crossover. I know the shows and the comics and things have crossed over, but we will never see an MCU cross DCU or whatever they call it now, DCEU movie. Anyways, that would be wild. And then we also had more than one person say Animal Crossing, Endless Dark, and someone by the initials of QL both said Animal Crossing. And I do think in some of the Animal Crossing games, there have been like hoods you can get that's like Pikachu's ears and stuff like that. I can't imagine I had dreamt that up. I'm positive I must have seen it before. And I mean, in the original Animal Crossing and stuff, there were references and things like that to lots of other Nintendo properties. So now,
interesting.
Some of the fun answers here. Dottie, I will shout you out again because you're in chat. Dottie submitted 2, actually. He submitted his first one and said Pokemon skins in Fortnite, of course. But then he actually went through the whole survey again just to answer to this question a second time and said Danny Phantom. Both of their main goal is to catch them all. Put ghost Pokemon in there and let you play as Danny. Make it like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero for combat. I was never a Danny Phantom guy. I know the imagery. I know what he looks like. I know what characters look like, but I never watched the show. So that does sound like you're cooking something there.
I think you are cooking something. Yeah, it's like it's basically like the ghost. It's kind of Ghostbuster, right? They escape the little capture zone to jail. But man, Sparking Zero combat. Yeah,
that's the wild part. That could be crazy.
Yeah. Okay, you play as Pokemon. You're flying around in the sky.
Yeah.
Okay, I can cook it. Yeah.
Now, we got a few kind of wild answers here that I do want to shout out. Aaron said IKEA. They make a nice style of plush that would work well with Pokemon. So, okay. I lied. I think that's the only non-video game related one we had. So I wanted to shout that one out. Andrew says Gundam, but I don't know how that would work. And to me, Gundam is the kind of thing I would love to see where, you see pictures that like Tetsuya Nomura of Kingdom Hearts / Final Fantasy fame, like draws Batman, but in his style. I'd love to see that in Gundam, right? I don't know who creates Gundam or who owns Gundam these days, but someone designing a Gundam in the style of Charizard, in the style of Garbodor, right? It's obviously, I'm sure there's fan art and things like that, but that's the kind of stuff that, I would go crazy for. There you go.
This
That is
is
official.
sick.
That is official.
Wait, you can build
Some of them
this?
are. Yeah. So Tetsuya Nomura, I think it was for Batman's like 30th anniversary, 40th, 50th, I don't know. But he drew this, or they basically had him draw this Batman in his style, and it's one of the most godly things I've ever seen. So
holy moly.
Yeah. But this is the kind of thing I'm talking about, where like, a completely different property takes something, traditionally cute like Pokemon and makes it their style. So I could see that in Gundam working out really well. Shout out to High Score Weekly again, Josh, because he said Overwatch. And I mean, come on, you're catering to us when you say that. Genji equals Greninja. Tracer equals Pikachu. Sigma equals Mewtwo. Yeah, I know.
They made it work with
for the
Hello Kitty. So
it's true.
This is totally doable.
It's
that
true.
is such a good take. Yeah.
And then one last one for this. Heroic Headgear says, hear me out. Sea of Thieves. Either just a few simple pets or an entire adventure like they did with Pirates of the Caribbean and Monkey Island. Rare had done a ton with Nintendo in the past, so it just makes sense to me. Garbage falling off your shoulder there. So just throw it in the trash.
Just trying to be cute.
Okay. Anyways, I like that one. That one also reminds me a little bit of Fortnite with the pets.
Yep. Sidekicks,
although I personally don't Although I personally don't have any sidekicks in Fortnite. I love that you could get SpongeBob as a sidekick. Not a back bling, not a pickaxe. He follows you around and he's like, half a foot tall. I think that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. If you could do that with Pikachu, either in Sea of Thieves or in Fortnite or, any other Pokemon, I think that'd be super cool. So
I have the SpongeBob sidekick in Fortnite, and I don't know if it's a sidekick thing or if it's like just I'm in a game thing, but there are times where you like run away, turn the corner, and during fights and stuff, the sidekicks kind of disappear. So they're more like an accessory. But I'm in a gunfight, I'm running, I turn the corner, I have a second to heal, and then he'll freaking like follow me through the door and jump scare me.
Yeah.
And then he'll just run up smiling and he'll like do his little dance while you're healing. Dodie in the chat says they'll scare you. They do. Yeah. They do scare you. SpongeBob keeps me on my toes.
I love that. Okay. Second survey question from this block of survey questions. We've got, if Pokemon killed off a Pokemon forever, which should they kill? And of course I said provide as much detail as you like. So we had some winners here. Surprising no one. More than one person picked Mr. Mime. Viram Dex says Mr. Mime, because why is that walking nightmare fuel still in these games? Catch you later, Dayton. Dayton is heading out.
Thanks, Dayton. Mr. Mime, that was too much. I get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Another one, a little bit surprising, Pikachu. Both commenters saying he's worn out his welcome. That MFer gets too much glaze. Make the mascot Magikarp. Raichu can stay. That's a combination of Cameron French and Andrew saying Pikachu.
That's great.
This is, of course, where Klefki comes back in with Heroic Headgear saying the car keys or whatever its name is, and DK saying just Klefki. So, which I get it, but I do have a gold shiny Klefki in Trading Card Game Pocket, so you'll never get me to give that up. And then more than one person as well, Gianni and QL saying Blastphalon, which kind of surprised me. Gianni says get Blastphalon all the way up out of here. I don't know why Gianni has it, what he has against Blastphalon. Maybe Blastphalon has something against Gianni, some dirt on him. But man, Gianni does not like Blastphalon. So there you go.
You know what this guy looks like, right?
I do. He's like kind of weird, like disco ball head pimple dude.
Yeah.
He's freaky. He's freaky. Yes.
Freaky.
Fart of clowns.
Maybe a fart. Yeah. He's pretty freaky, but
I mean, I guess
I'm kind of into it. He's kind of cool. No.
I never thought he was that weird looking because I feel like I mostly focus on his head. But yeah, when I see his body kind of, wiggling around and
running. Fear of clowns.
Fear of clowns.
Yeah, Mr. Mime's up there
I like
too.
Fart too. Yeah.
Can I throw in my suggestion or do you have a few more to go?
You absolutely can, but I do want to shout out Zachy G, who says Trubbish and Garbodor. Trash ass Pokemon, literally.
No,
so
you can ban him in the chat. Zachy G, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's my favorite guy. He's cute. He doesn't smell.
Who do you have? Who is your pick?
probably heard me say it before, but
Oh,
similar wavelength to Cameron and Andrew. I want to get Evie out of here. You are you're like, oh, I'm so cool. I can be 7, 8 different things. And it was pretty cool when you were like 3 to 5 different things.
Right.
But Pokemon also stopped giving you new things. So it's like,
Yeah.
what's up with that? Like Sylveon was the last one.
Yeah.
And also, when Let's Go came out, it should have been Let's Go Meowth, right? Pikachu and Meowth are the duo.
The two
What's
mascots.
with this history revisionist, history revisionism that everybody loved Eevee just as much as Pikachu? I will not have it.
See, now I would have also thrown Jigglypuff in there as one of the mascots. But so like, would they do Let's Go Jigglypuff and Let's Go Pikachu? I don't know. But anyways.
Maybe.
Now I believe I have one more in this section. And this question is, which Pokemon is most likely to use generative AI? The number one choice is actually the first thing that popped into my mind when I came up with this question, and that is Porygon. And I mean, Porygon, nowadays, Porygon would totally be made by generative AI itself. We did have that suggestion come from Dottie. We also had that come from Russell and Estemunds. So there you go. Second to that, he's coming back for round 2, Mr. Mime. And third was Rotom, which another one that makes sense. Rotom, electric Pokemon that possesses technology. So
he talked to computer. He's like, I guess I'll just use this.
Exactly.
To make some Digimons. Yeah.
Exactly. Rotom coming from Endless Dark and QL. Mr. Mime coming from David Trim and Virum Dex. Now, I want to shout out 2 answers on this one. We've got Gianni again coming in with the bangers. Machoke, Musclehead Workout Bro, prime suspect for generative AI. So
True.
There you go.
True.
Then we've got Barnaby coming in with Perugly uses it to make crappy videos of her and her kids in her favorite 80s movie.
All right.
So there
Very
you go.
Specific.
I like that one. I love the details there. So there you go. Now we'll pass it back over to you, good sir, to share your next prediction for tomorrow.
But before I share my second prediction, I'd like to remind you,
just kidding,
that this episode is sponsored by growuplevelup.com. Pick up a hoodie, pick up a shirt if you want to support us. And if you say, hey, I'm poor. Me too, bro. Me too. Just leave us a like and follow on YouTube, podcast, Twitch, wherever you're listening to this. That's more than enough for Jordan and I. So make sure to follow at Grow Up Level Up wherever you can. And if you really want to support us, go to growuplevelup.com, grab a hoodie, enjoy yourself, treat yourself, as they say. Now, my second prediction. When you were giving me temperatures, I rearranged my predictions into temperatures. I'll give you a cool one before my hot one.
Right on. Give us the cool one.
Right. Cool one. There's going to be another Pokemon lifestyle game. What do I mean by lifestyle? Games like Pokemon Sleep, that weird toothbrushing app.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that daily Wordle puzzle Pokemon game?
Pokemon
Friends or whatever?
Pokemon Friends, yes.
Yeah, Pokemon Friends. Stuff that's a little part of your day that's Pokemon themed, right? Now, this one is one that I'd personally be into. And it is a Pokemon... I don't know what to call it. Pokemon cookbook / cooking timer / food journal.
Krogunk legs. Pikachu ears.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Skeldurged lasagna or whatever.
Dusk Noir tails. Yeah.
Not necessarily we're eating the Pokemon, but it's like a Pokemon themed cookbook.
Okay.
It will give you recipes based on your favorite Pokemon. Maybe instead of I really like Trubbish. He's green. Like a salad. It'll give me salad ideas. Sure.
I was about to say, let's not have any recipes around Trubbish or Garbodor, please.
He's looking at me. I got him on my desk now. Maybe I'll keep him here instead of the couch. So I would love something like that, like a cookbook first and foremost, and then maybe each day it'll give you a different recipe it's just an encyclopedia of things. It's also going to be a cooking timer. The little Foy
Right.
Coco will dance and be like, "Hey,
Mm.
it's been half an hour. Your lasagna's done." So that'd be cute. And then
Yeah.
it could also be a food journal. You take a little picture,
Mhm,
a
mhm,
little Pikachu on the side is like, "Wow, that looks delicious," and then you can share it
mhm.
on social media or whatever. It's cute,
Right.
simple, primarily a cookbook and kitchen timer,
Mhm.
just to get people to cook. Pokemon, I think, is kind of do the thing where it wants to be in every little aspect of your life. Like sleep is insane. I can't believe they did
Right.
that.
Right. Yeah.
So cooking, the kitchen is one room in the house they haven't taken over yet. Dodie in the chat says,
Mhm.
pretty sure edible Pokemon is canon. You are
Mhm.
correct. Gold and Silver had a whole storyline about them cutting
Did
off
they?
slowpoke tails
Oh my
and
god.
eating them. I don't
Wow.
know if they ever confirmed they ate them, but
That seems a lot like shark fin soup or something. That's like, this isn't
that,
really
yeah,
okay. That's
yeah.
wild. I mean, Dodie also said Magikarp sushi, and like, yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah,
fish Pokemon, like you got
I
to
mean,
assume they eat fish in the world universe of Pokemon. So yeah,
Tatsugiri is literally
true. Yeah,
a
is literally.
sashimi.
Yeah, yeah.
Is based off of or sashimi on rice. Yeah,
That's
nigiri.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
So Magikarp sushi could be delicious. It's
Okay.
supposed to be like a goldfish, salmon, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Cool.
Is he not a
So
koi?
he might be a koi.
Anyways,
He's a Magikarp.
yeah. Okay,
That's my second prediction.
love it.
Is another Pokemon lifestyle app. If I had to be specific, a
Centered
cooking
around
app.
cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of lifestyle, I didn't shout out your Charmander Nike sweater.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
sick.
Thank you. This is actually I should have had their name ready, but local, I don't know,
Oh,
company thing that does they go to all the cons and expos in the area, and they sell their shirts. They also do a lot of One Piece stuff. However, in the past, when I have seen their One Piece stuff, I was not yet a One Piece fan. But now that I am, I'm definitely going to be picking some up because they've got a sick Doflamingo shirt and a sick Zorro shirt. And yeah, but they do other Nike ones. They've got a Squirtle as well, blue check with Squirtle popping out. I think they also have a Mew one that's like a pinky purple check with Mew
makes
coming out
sense.
of it. So, but it was on white and yeah, anyways.
Very cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I really like as you know, I like the crossovers into other realms, from my game of the year or Game Awards predictions when I predicted a shoe collab with Death Stranding 2. But yeah, I like when these properties come to life in such a way. So, all right. Shall we move on to a couple more survey questions before your
Let's do
final
it.
prediction? All right.
Let's do it.
The next question: which Pokemon works as a barista and would spit in your coffee when you're not looking? All right. Think about it. I want you to envision a Pokemon working at a Starbucks. They've got the green or whatever coffee shop you want. They've got the green or slightly green apron on. They're making you a nice little mocha latte, brown sugar oat latte, and you turn your back for a second. All right, who was it?
Shroodle.
Like
Dude.
turtle-y Pokemon?
No. The
Who
guy that
who are we
is
talking about?
he's like a little shrew,
Oh,
and he's got a
Shrew.
big nose, and I'm
Okay, I
pretty
need
sure
to
he
see him.
uses his nose to draw. So I guess not spitting, but his nose kind of drips into it.
I get it.
Yeah, he's got a little
Oh
tongue out.
yes, big eyes. Oh, he evolves into Graffery or whatever.
Grafai, yeah.
Yeah, the graffiti Pokemon. Oh, okay, I love however it is
Art.
pronounced. Graffery.
Grafai.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I get where you're coming from.
Or Cubchoo, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can't say Cubchoo. I hate that trope in anime. The dripping nose. It grosses me the hell
I
out.
think it's hilarious. Yeah.
It's in One Piece a lot, and it grosses the hell out of me. Anyways, our top choices. Again, another one that I grouped together. We have Gothitelle / Gotharita, which, yeah, that girl spitting in your coffee.
Yeah.
She's not happy to
sassy.
be working.
Yeah.
Making his third appearance, Mr. Mime, of course.
Mr. Mime. I mean, he's got good intentions. He's just kind of weird about it, right?
He just thought you would like his spit in your coffee.
Right. Yeah.
And then making another appearance, I think this is their second appearance, we've got Squirtle, But specifically, Estemon's shouts out the Squirtles from the Squirtle Squad before they became town firefighters and contributed to society. So some good picks
hooligans.
there.
Yeah,
that's right. That was so Este and Russell said Squirtle. D. Jacob and Barnaby said Gothitelle / Gotharita, as did Aaron. And then the Mr. Mimes came from, again, Dottie. And the man who craves the elixir of life, Baja Blast, actually said Mr. Mime and Jinx. But there you go. Now,
I'm surprised at the amount of Gothitelles. Like, I'm like, yeah, she's emo.
I think it's the look, you know. It's it's the dark emo. Hey, I'm the rebellious teenager working at the coffee shop that doesn't really want to be here. Now, shout out to Jake Twitchin, who says Lopunny, and I would let her. We've also got let's see who's a good one here. Alan says Ryan Reynolds Pikachu. Endless Dark says Emolga. She has an attitude, which was a little surprising to me, but okay.
Yeah,
I did like DK bringing up Sinistea though, because I do love those T Pokemon. So there you have it. Now let's look at our next question. Our next question here: name a Pokemon that would be a bad driver. Any guesses?
I mean, the ones without hands, right? How are you gonna?
That did come up. We had Endless Dark. We had Endless Dark saying all of them. We also said Andrew saying Flygon got no freaking hands, bruh. Just go fly. What are you, stupid? We got Barnaby saying Snom. He's just a baby and doesn't have arms.
Yeah.
And then we had a few other people naming Pokemon with no arms. But the two that were said the most were Voltorb, brought up by Josh, High Score Weekly, and Daniel.
How could you forget?
And then Magikarp, brought up by D. Jacob and Dottie again. D. Jacob said, honestly, any fish Pokemon. So there you go. Shout out to Russell, who said, gulpin' D's nuts. That's right.
It's a driving question.
Nuts. Yeah.
That's great.
Now, for our final survey question in this section, before your final prediction, before the final survey question, we had, if you had to fight multiple of the same Pokemon at the same time, which could you defeat the most of? This is a physical hand-to-hand fight. No nut shots where applicable. Do Pokemon have nuts? We had one choice that came up more times than any, and that is, again, Magikarp. Barnaby, QL, High Score Weekly, and Virum Dex all said Magikarp. Virum Dex specifying on land. So he's fighting a bunch of fish flopping on the ground here. Our then second and third place choices, we had two people selecting. We had DK and Dottie saying Cutie Fly. And then we had two people, Russell and Zachy G, saying Slack Oath. So lots of lazy kind of, chill Pokemon. We did have Metapod thrown out there. We had
you just kick it.
Yeah, we had Blipbug, we had Mudkip. Gianni says I'm thrown down with a squad of Meryl. Those cute, squishy little things wouldn't stand a chance.
Wow, he wants a challenge. Gianni wants a challenge.
I'm like, whoa, what's with this Meryl hate? Like, I mean, I get that they really tried to frame Meryl as the replacement to Pikachu. So there was a backlash to Meryl, but Meryl's adorable. And blue, way better than yellow. Anyways.
Oh, Pika Blue.
Pika Blue. Yes, that's exactly what it was. That's right. Jake Twitchin again says, that Pokemon, that is just a set of keys. So again, people don't like Klefki.
Hey, keys are sharp,
Good point.
He might stab you in the eye.
You're real good. And Cameron French says Oddish, which I appreciate because Oddish.
Yes.
What is Oddish? Oddish is just like grass. Anyways.
Grass, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Those are good picks. I think everyone picked some really good ones there.
Everyone has had great suggestions on these so far. Now, before we do our final survey question, let's toss it back over to you, Samson, for our final prediction for tomorrow. So is this your hottest take?
I wouldn't say it's that much hotter than my lukewarm take.
That's all right.
But it is something that I feel is a little ignored in the murmurings that out there.
Okay.
Drum roll, please.
Wow.
a new live-action Pokemon movie will be announced.
Oh,
and it is
okay.
not Detective Pikachu 2.
Oh, okay.
So the year's 2019. Detective Pikachu came out. It was good. I enjoyed it in the theaters. I thought the art style worked really well. The story was decent. It had a really interesting hook. And then Avengers Endgame came out, and everybody went and saw that, and it didn't do that well at the box office. Not as well as like it should for a Pokemon movie.
Yeah,
That's why there
totally.
hasn't been another one yet.
Yeah.
However, they're going to try again. Another live action Pokemon movie, but this time they're giving the people what they want.
Okay.
And it is not an exact retelling of Ash's journey through Kanto, like season 1 of Pokemon.
Right.
Not an exact retelling, but it will follow the badge arc. So going through the gym badges into the Elite Four, fighting the champions.
Now, do we see all gyms and the Elite Four, or is this like they're hoping for a sequel kind of thing?
This is where we gotta hash it out, right?
Yeah.
Dodie in the chat says promo TCGs with movie tickets. Oh yeah,
yeah.
And those things are gonna get scalped to hell in the year 2027, 28.
That's like, right.
The market is different now. People are going to grade those, and
then they will be hermetically sealed for 50 years, and then people will make millions off of them. Let me tell you, if that happens, that's what I'm doing. I know better now. I should have listened to those people that said keep your Pokemon cards when I was little, and I did not. So
Yep. We know things are different now.
Yeah.
So this is where we have to hash it out, right? Like, no way, in logically thinking, no way they can fit 8 gyms plus the Elite Four in one movie. As I was thinking of this, I thought of like, could it be like a Spider-Verse situation where you do a part 1, part 2?
Right.
That's like okay, but even if you were to follow like the Pokemon gyms going 1 to 4 or whatever, like 4 is still a lot.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to fit in Team Rocket in there somehow.
Oh, true.
You're going to have to find some sort of natural ending, and the middle of it is not that great. So here's where I get creative.
Brock, you got to introduce Misty.
Sure, yeah, the side characters.
Yeah.
Shout out Friendship Design. OMG, we are so late. I'm so sorry. You know what? We're just on my final prediction. We didn't even get into the audience predictions yet, Cameron. So you are right on time. If you have anything else that you want to throw in there, let us know. So we're talking about my Hail Mary, kind of Hail Mary. Spoilers for the chat question, but my prediction. My hot take, they're going to announce a new live action Pokemon movie based on the arc, based on the gym arc, getting all the gym badges, getting to Elite Four. Okay. We're trying to figure out how to split this because 8 gyms plus Elite Four is a little too much. Even doing half of that is a little much. You're going to have to fit Team Rocket in there. You want to build the world. There's like side things you want to do. And then I remember, Jordan, there's a little franchise out there that about 20 years ago, maybe a couple of these, but I got to shout out the OG who did this, and that is the Harry Potter movie series, where they went year by year,
right,
and did book by book, year by year,
and
followed this guy's journey. Now,
this guy,
we're cheating the rules a little bit, right?
Yeah,
because
I mean that's the next
Pokemon,
20 years of Pokemon if they do that.
It could be. Yeah. It could be. They did 9 years of Harry Potter. What if we did 1 gym per movie? It's 8 gyms. And then the Elite Four could be like the grand finale. Yeah, the end game where it's like it all comes together. Maybe you do like a part 1, part 2 of the the Elite Four part 1 and an Elite Four part 2. Whoa.
The Elite Four, the first 2.
Yeah. Okay. Infinity War and Elite Four Endgame.
Yeah.
So it is a lot. We're changing the lore a little bit instead of being 10 years old, and you're like,
actually, you mean actually age him?
Yeah, actually age him. Like you start at 10. Each year, the actor, whoever, gets a little older. by the
Yeah.
time they get to Elite Four, it's like a lifelong journey to get through
Right.
8 gyms and whatever. And you show them growing up. You can do little side stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they're 16, 17. What's the love interest now, right?
Oh, Pikachu gets killed in this movie. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I get you.
gosh,
I
yeah.
get you.
It is
Yeah.
hard though. It's a lot. You got to introduce new characters and stories and all that. But maybe we can do 2 gyms a movie. I don't know. But
No, that's I like that a lot. It's wild to think that, I mean, to reference what you brought up originally, that, oh my gosh, Davy James, shout out, growing up, leveling up, he says.
Whoa! Put us on a producer. Put us
That's
as
right,
producers,
that's right.
okay? Yeah.
It's wild to think that Harry Potter pulled that off, that WB actually had some vision and said, we're going to make, I mean, at the time, I don't even know if they planned to make 8 movies or if they originally planned to make 7 and then they broke the final one into 2.
I think that was what happened, yeah. They're like, we could make more money off of this.
Exactly. Like, it's wild to think that we lived in an era where that was a thing because, when I think about it, like the only other franchises that really got that treatment, I mean, we're kind of in like maybe a golden age of children's or young adult book adaptations because we got like Chronicles of Narnia, we got Twilight, we got what's it called, Mockingjay,
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, that's what I was looking for. We got all those adaptations, and like, I mean, Twilight, Chronicles of Narnia, Hunger Games, all shorter series. And I think with each of those, the final book was split into 2. I could be wrong, but wild to think that Harry Potter got 8 movies made. So could they do it with Pokemon? I mean, hey, I don't see why not. Who are they going to partner with? I mean, Nintendo's got a relationship with Universal through Mario.
WB, brought it back. They love franchises.
I don't know who made Detective Pikachu, but obviously there's some deal there. So
on the Zelda movie.
Oh,
Zelda
I forgot about that.
Production studio, because that's not going to be. I mean, it might be.
I'm just guessing.
A24, that'd be crazy.
A20. Oh my god.
Rad Productions and Avia Rad. Seems to be like a Avia Rad's company and Oddball Entertainment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
Director though.
Yeah, fair enough. Could be cool though. I like where your head is at, kind of going all the way, right? We're not half-assing this. We're not just, hey, we're going to do 2 movies and the first one is, I don't know, 7 gyms and the second one is 1 gym and then the Elite Four.
Yeah.
Like, let's go all out and let's make this a thing for the next 10 to 15 years, right? They could do it.
It's doable.
Cool.
Yeah. And
cool.
You really grow up with the character. There's going to be another generation of kids. And oh my gosh, by the time they finish, it'll be 40 anniversary, 50
yeah,
anniversary.
Good point.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
We'd be old men, Jordan.
I will never. Very cool stuff. I like that a lot.
I want to shout out Davy James in the chat. When is Digimon Day? Did we miss it? Hey, you tell me, okay?
You're going to have to be our Digimon expert here, Davey.
The most I know about Digimon nowadays is apparently there's a good card game out there for it. Maybe I'll try it one day.
I was a big Digimon fan in the day, but like growing up in that era, like we were eating, right? Like we had Pokemon, we had Digimon, we had Monster Rancher. Eventually we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Like
Duel
I remember
Masters, yeah.
I remember Beyblade. Like I remember getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! And being like, Pokemon is so childish. Like I'm into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the art is better. Okay.
Yeah.
And like having this complex about like, and then stealing
the
kids' Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards on the
complex.
playground. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. Vamp.
So welcome to the chat. French design. Davy James. So far, we yapped for an hour and a bit. Not saying that you're late. I'm just saying how long we've been live for in case you are confused about the time and space you're coming in. We went through my first 2 predictions. Now, actually, this would be a good time to recap my predictions. If you want to go back and see what everybody's answers were for the survey, definitely do that. Davy James says, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ripped through my middle school like a wildfire, as did mine. There was a lot of stealing and fighting. They had to ban. Actually, good question.
They had to ban
it in my middle school. Did they ban it in your middle school?
All right.
Question.
So I was in elementary school playing Yu-Gi-Oh, trading cards, not middle
Yeah,
school.
sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I don't think they ever outright banned Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon. But when I was into Yu-Gi-Oh, me and my friend at the time, Tyler, I won't say his
Shout out
last name.
Tyler. Yeah.
Me and Tyler, we were running the game on the playground, and like we were pulling like, "Okay, you distract the kid while I go through his cards, and then
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm gonna take some of
Hold
these."
on.
Um, yeah,
No.
we were. That's probably like one of the biggest things I feel bad about to this day. We
Yeah.
stole a lot of kids' Yu-Gi-Oh cards and a lot of good ones. And
Yeah, I mean,
most of the
yeah.
kids that we were ripping off were younger than us too. And like, yeah, man. Like looking back, I'm like, I was a jerk. But anyways,
At least you have the ability to recognize that. Some
shout
people
out
don't.
Tyler, a bad influence. Seriously, when I say Tyler was my grade 5, like, I don't know what to call it, awakening of like being a little rebel and like stealing shit.
He put the bad thoughts in there.
He did. But I was only really friends with him for grade 5, and then grade 6 it was back to Mitchell, my old best friend. So anyways, maybe
Set
Jordan
yourself
was a
straight.
bad influence. Jordan is never a bad influence, all right? Never. Anyway,
Tyler's in jail now, Dodie. Yeah,
Tyler's in jail now. No, he's happily married. He's happily married,
that's good.
I'm sure.
That's good.
Anyways,
Check his collection though. Whoa.
Yeah.
Check his collector account. What is it?
Maybe I'll get someone to distract him while I look at his cards and get some payback for all those kids I ripped off while he distracted them. Anyways, Dottie, Tyler's in jail now. Yeah, right. Shall we move on to our final question from the survey?
Our final question from the survey. Now, before we go, and I just want to recap for Cam and Davey my 3 predictions.
Yes, of course.
Just because, you know what? After saying them all out loud and hashing them out, I'm kind of proud of them. So my first prediction was Generation 10, of course, is going to get announced tomorrow. It is going to be revealed what the title is, the setting, the graphics, and all that. We already know it's going to happen. It's probably going to be good. Voice acting, I don't know. I that's a lost race for me. Okay, so it's going to be an open world game, but it's going to be a true open world where you can do the gyms in any order. The gyms will scale to whatever your level characters and thingies are at, and they will be like, but always just a little higher. So it's a little bit of a challenge. Every region will have low level monsters and higher level monsters for you to catch. That is my prediction for Gen 10. My next one is that there's going to be another Pokemon lifestyle game. That means a Pokemon game that is more about being part of like non-Pokemon stuff. We had Pokemon Sleep, we had the teeth brushing app. This one's going to be a Pokemon cookbook that is also, well, a cookbook that's also a cooking timer, that is also a food journal. So you take a little picture after you made what you cook, and a little Pikachu is like thumbs up on it. Maybe you put a little Foy Coco saying like, wow, that looks hot. And it's a food journal.
Oh,
last one.
I wanted to jump in on that one and say my daughter watching Pokemon Horizons, and I did just catch an episode where Quaxley was the one doing a lot of dancing. So, maybe Quaxley needs to be the one that dances when you nail your dish or whatever. But anyways, go on.
Yeah, maybe. The last one is, you caught it, the Pokemon movie idea. 1 gym a year, maybe 2. Maybe we cheated a little bit. Like by movie 3, it opens with like Erica's gym, and you're just catching the last moments, right? You already know what's up. You
can't do Erica's gym as the opener. That's so sick. You got to do someone lame. But anyways, Surge.
None of them are lame. Well, yeah, I was tired of looking at those trash cans. That's true. This is my Pokemon movie idea, ending into an Avengers Endgame Part 1, Part 2 kind of thing. That'd be sweet. Yeah. So those are my 3 predictions. Now we are going to dive into the survey predictions. And
that's right.
So I haven't seen the results of the survey. Jordan was the mastermind behind all this. So I'm excited to hear what some of the audience surveys are. So thank you for writing in.
Absolutely.
Cameron says, love the dynamic scaling prediction. Thank you. I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's also not my job. So yeah, I hope they do
fair
it.
Enough. Yeah. Now I'm just putting 2 and 2 together here. Davy James. Is your last name Tim? Are you David Tim on the survey? Or did you not fill out my survey? Because if you're not David Tim, then I'm not sure you did fill out this survey. And how dare you is the first thing I'll say. But second, let's get into the results here. So this final question, the survey was actually so fun. How many responses did we get? So just to shout out Cam's comment there, we did get at least, that's you. Okay. Thank goodness. I've mentioned you a couple times in this episode, and I didn't put it together till now that must be you. So anyways, in total, we had a whopping 23 results, which I was very pleased with because last time I did this kind of thing, I think I got like 5 to 8. So anyways, and lots of love from your chat, Cam. So shout out to everyone in there. Lots of love to the Dido community as well, because lots of love from there. And Samson's friend group, honestly, a few names in there that I recognize from them. So our final question was, what's your Hail Mary prediction for upcoming Pokemon Presents? Now, I probably should have defined Hail Mary, said, what I really wanted there. So I got stuff all over the board here. But by far, the number one most commented thing here was related to Gen 10. So we had, of course, Jake Twitchin dropping in with Gen 10 has a drastically different art style than anyone was expecting, which could be cool. I wonder if we'd get like a, what's the other game that Game Freak is putting out? You know, the one from the recent stuff.
Game Freak? Oh, Beast of Reincarnation.
Beast of Reincarnation. I wonder if we could get an art style like that in Pokemon.
Yeah.
That could be wild.
That'd be crazy. Well, Switch 2 can run it.
Yeah, exactly.
Switch 2 can definitely run a game like Beast of Reincarnation.
We're hearing good things about how RE9 is performing on Switch 2. So, yeah, could be. We had Josh, High Score Weekly, saying Gen 10 is a safe bet, but I'm thinking people will complain that it looks too basic. So kind of the flip side of Jake's prediction there. We then had Endless Dark saying it's going to be average looking. They don't need to make the game look good to sell because we'll all buy any Pokemon games regardless. So you're not wrong.
Treat us.
Treat us.
Pokemon, treat us.
Let us feast for
people.
once.
Yes.
Heroic Headgear came through and said Gen 10 is not announced. And instead we get a total curveball of a game nobody could have predicted. So I filed that one under Gen 10, but it could have been off.
Holy, that'd be
Wouldn't
crazy.
that
They'd be insane for doing that.
I think that would
if not even like
internet ire.
Dude, meltdowns. I don't know.
The internet will collapse if that happens.
That's a good engagement on the videos and whatnot. Okay, hold on. Can I make a prediction of the game they would announce instead?
Oh, absolutely.
The one more thing.
Absolutely.
Pokemon Poker.
Oh, now would they go for poker? Poker is pretty adult, though. You think they would tarnish their image with Pokemon Poker? I'd be into it. I love poker, but
I'd play it.
Anyways,
it'll make a lot of money
for sure.
If they're desperate
absolutely.
for money.
Absolutely. If they're desperate for money. If there's one thing we know about Pokemon Company, they're not desperate for money.
Of course, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
How did I not see? How did I not get that? You're right.
There it is. QL said new gen Pokemon, ? Of course. Russell said Gen 10. And then finally, Barnaby, actual gameplay footage for Gen 10. Barnaby also said new Pokemon Pinball for Switch 2, which was also suggested by Virum Dex, and Pokemon Ranger game for mobile, which was an interesting one. There's only one other thing that more than one person suggested here, or sort of related. Of course, we have everyone's favorite, now that we know it's him, Davey, saying Black and White 1 and 2 remake, but where they're bundled and follow one protagonist in an overarching story.
Yeah, Davey! That is what I'm talking about.
Most of that means relatively nothing to me, having never played Black and White or most of the Pokemon games. But I appreciate the mention of Black and White because they are some of the highest sellers online. I have looked into.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for some reason they're hard to come by, so they sell for like especially if it's unopened, they sell for hundreds of bucks online.
Oh, for sure.
Zaki G also said
before you keep going. Yeah, Black and White is one of the rare Pokemon games where instead of a third version, they did a Black 2 and White 2. They did 2 third versions, a sequel, and they were more or less direct sequels to Black and White. Being that like the story moved on 5 years, you're technically a new protagonist going in, but you see everything aged a little bit. Everyone's a little older. So a remake that goes through it, that would be cool. I wonder if it'll be like a gold and silver, heart gold, soul silver situation where it'll be
Mhm.
like you play through the first run and then you actually do restart the game and it's like new game plus,
Oh, I see.
and it is 5 years later and now you're playing through the two part of it. So
Mhm.
that's a cool idea, Davey. Shout out. That's awesome, man.
That could be cool. I
Mhm.
read up on this. They skipped gray because they thought it would take away from the contrast. Interesting. Interesting. I feel
Hmm.
like they could have. That's from Davy James in the chat, of course. I feel like maybe, why didn't they go the opposite direction rather than black and white too? The third or combo or whatever you want to call it is rainbow.
Wow.
Anyways, or you call it something like Pokemon Prism, right? Something light related. Could
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. Okay.
Um, Now, Zachy G, I will shout out as well because he also said Black 2 and White 2 remakes or Black 3 and White 3.
That'd be crazy.
Those between Gen 10 and Black and White, those are the only ones that really had that crossover. What
Mhm.
did Cam say here? Black 2, White 2 felt like such a new opportunity for storytelling. Would love to see that come back. Prism is hot. See? I'm telling you,
Prism
Sam.
is a cool idea. Rainbow, never thought about that.
Rainbow's a little more like obvious, I feel like, but Prism was just doing some homework with my daughter who is learning about light and sound, and they were looking at some Prism stuff. So
It's on the
anyways,
mind. It's on the mind.
top of my mind. Now, shout out some other answers here. Dottie with new evolutions would be nice to see after it's been
Oh,
so
yeah.
long. Reinvigorate that Eevee love because we all
Mhm.
love Eevee Samson. Cam and
Do
Dave, you
we?
missed it when
Do
Samson
we
was
all?
hating on Eevee.
Do we all?
We did have Virum Dex with another brand new Pokemon Pinball. I think I mentioned that one already. Aaron
Oh, Pokemon
says
Pinball would be cool.
Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness port. Trust me.
Oh,
Do you know
he's
anything
cooking.
about Veil of Darkness?
Gale of
Sorry.
Darkness. Gale of Darkness was the game. This was Ruby and Sapphire generation.
Okay.
So I was about 10, 11 years old. And I'm like being like, Pokemon, it's for kids. I'm a tween now. I'm almost a tween now. We got to get edgier. And in Gale of Darkness on GameCube, I remember watching my friend's sister play it, and then just being like, "Whoa, there's like they're evil, and it's 3D, and it's like the graphics are so good." So it was the first time I think Pokemon pushed the edginess in
Okay.
that time period. This
Okay.
is still about only like 10 years after everything came out, but yeah, it's one of the rare times they push for like a and they've gone there since then, like a darker storyline.
Okay. Cool.
But it was very much like a 3D Pokemon, like
Right.
yeah, underrated. It was pretty much a 3D like Pokemon adventure. You're catching, you're cleansing Pokemon to save them. You build a team, you fight gym leaders and enemies and all that. So yeah, definitely not as talked about as
Evil
much as before.
Pokemon that you convert with love and friendship, a story mode on the GameCube. That does sound pretty good. I could get behind that for sure.
And correct me if I'm wrong, there's another 3D Pokemon that was similar to Gale of Darkness, right? Why am I forgetting this? Why am I forgetting this? Yeah, the
From
protagonist did have the drip. They look like a you'll like this, Jordan. It
I
was that
will.
like Kingdom
Sounds like it.
Heartsy
Oh,
kind
come
of
on now. Did they have zippers on
kind
their
of
clothes?
era.
Did they have too many zippers?
Little lack of zippers,
Oh,
but they were here, let me see if I can find a photo.
hoods? Black cloaks?
Long cloaks, long
Okay,
jackets.
cloaks. Yeah. Gale of Darkness. I mean, the sequel to Gale of Darkness is obviously Veil of Darkness. So
I don't know what's going on here. Is it this one?
is that guy?
Oh no, it's this one. Yeah.
Oh,
There's like two guys. Yeah. Wasn't there another game? A Coliseum? Was it Coliseum? Okay. Yeah. Okay. It was Coliseum and then Gale of Darkness.
groomer.
Yeah. It was like two. They did two Pokemon 3D
Right.
thingies. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, this guy underrated.
I get you. Very cool. All right. I'm into this.
Coliseum.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. Okay. A couple more answers I want to shout out here. Gianni saying, I think there's a secret Legends project in the works. Off the popularity of Arceus and Z to A or Z to A, I truly believe the Pokemon Company is gearing up the Legends games to be their official second tentpole series. Could definitely see that. Obviously, with the success of ZA, that seems like a logical jump. I don't know if they would unveil it this soon, though. That's the only thing. I don't know if they would even have production started on it this soon, or really want to show anything off. So,
Like a Legends ZA sequel, or like the next into Legends franchise?
I mean, to me, I would jump to the next in the Legends franchise because they went Arceus to Z to A.
Mhm.
They're totally unrelated, right? They're totally separate kind of settings, and I mean, maybe there's some crossover story wise, but I think there's like hundreds of years in between the two games, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
That'd be cool though. Yeah.
yep, yep,
Do one. We did past, we did kind of present. So
hmm
next one's probably future.
that's right. Now, one more answer that I want to highlight here, and I'm highlighting this one because shout out to Estemunds for writing a goddamn novel here.
Oh,
I
jeez.
recently played the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy for the first time and loved it. Definitely still holds up, but could use a modern touch up. I feel like a TCG RPG, acronyms, would be great cross genre games for the fan base. Fans who only play mainline games would still get that RPG fix, but might become more interested in the TCG product, and fans who only interact with the TCG would get a taste of what the mainline RPG is like, but see cards they're familiar with. Seems like a no-brainer to me. Este, our
Hmm.
fellow Denver King. There you go.
Now, the cards update pretty frequently. Like, do they mean in Pocket or in like real life? Because they release cards really fast in real life. Like every 2 months
They
is
are
like
putting
new
out new
cards.
cards in Trading Card Game Pocket every month.
Yeah.
It is literally a 1 month schedule. So I think what they're getting at here is more of the kind of cross pollination of the audiences. Because they say TCG
Okay.
RPG, right? So playing on, I think, the art and the actual cards, making those into more RPG elements so that you get both audiences, right? You get the people who are more into the video games, but then you also get the people that are more into the actual TCG, kind of dipping their toes. Maybe that's an entryway into then getting into whatever the Gen 10,
Mhm.
would you say winds and waves is the rumor?
Winds and waves,
Yeah.
waves and winds. Yeah.
So,
It has
yeah.
been a while since we had like we were talking about it earlier, there was Beyblade, Digimon, Duel Masters, whatever. It's been a
Mhm.
while since we had like just like a show. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh is exactly this, right? A show
Mhm.
that is like the anime shonen story arc, but the
Mhm.
main form of combat is the game and whatever you can play in real life.
Yeah, yeah,
Right? It's
yeah.
I feel like there isn't a mainstream one of those anymore, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Advertisements.
Advertisements for toys. Yeah,
Mhm.
and that kind of comes from I think that comes directly from the nature of us who grew up with Pokemon growing up, right? Like Pokemon cards were the intro, but the cards weren't obviously a thing in the game. You get Digimon, where the Digivices became a real thing that tied into the show. Um, if I had known we'd talk about this, I would have had my Digivices ready to go. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
pull those
okay.
things out because I got two of them. Um,
Wow.
and then you get into Yu-Gi-Oh, where they were literally, they had the arm thing that let them play the
The dual
cards,
disc. Dual
the
disc?
dual disc,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
And then, of course, you also get into like a Beyblade where, yeah, the physical fighting was using the actual Beyblades.
Well,
So, yeah,
so true.
yeah.
Friendship Design in the chat says, imagine if Gen 10 had a full mini game that was like, or had the TCG as a full mini game like Gwent in The Witcher 3. Now
That'd be
that is
wild.
next gen.
Yeah,
Like they,
yeah.
I feel like they should do that.
The full TCG Live built into the
Like
Gen 10
that is
game.
how you get that
Yeah,
is how you make the TCG card shortage even worse. Is
yeah,
get more
yeah.
people being like, "Hey, this is kind of cool. Oh, I can play this at the
Absolutely.
local store. Like I'm going to
Yeah,
go buy some product."
yeah.
But I think that's a really cool idea. Yeah, like or even just like
Agreed.
do pocket, whatever. Like
Agreed. Yeah.
get more people playing cards.
Well, that brings us to the end of our survey and, of course, the end of your predictions. If you're in the chat or if you're listening after, drop a line, drop a comment on the YouTube video or on your podcast service and drop a like, et cetera, et cetera. Follow us on twitch.tv/growuplevelup, I assume, but also follow me at twitch.tv/Sir Dr. Jam. But I will say, if you missed the start of the show, Cam and Dave, go back and listen to the survey results from the first half because you'll hear a lot of familiar names in there. And I want to give people their due. Thanks to everyone who provided some answers on my survey.
Yeah, honestly, Jordan, thanks for doing that.
It was
Let me
last minute.
source a soundboard.
Wish I thought of it earlier.
Claps in the chat for Jordan. Claps in the chat for Jordan. Thank you for putting that together. Honestly, it was really fun. I think a lot of folks really enjoyed doing that short survey and being a part of this episode. And yes, it was last minute, just like our last minute production predictions. So it is on theme. It is on brand. So yeah, I think this was a great episode. Lots of great predictions and lots of great survey results. Maybe we'll do it again sometime. Having audiences write in definitely makes the episode a lot more fun.
I love a good survey.
Very good. Sinisty, Davy James says, Sinisty getting beat up, maybe?
Maybe.
Hey, I'm a proud owner of a Sinisty matcha holder and teapot.
I'm jealous of that.
I will not take Sinisty slander.
Sinisty, Sinisty and Poltergeist, one of my recent favorites, I'll say.
Okay. Yeah. You're on the good list. And last comment comes from Friendship Design. We'll be putting on the VOD tomorrow morning before the Pokemon presents. Enjoy it. It will be good. And I will be up at 6 a.m. Pacific checking out the Pokemon presents. We're not doing a live reaction, but we will be enjoying it from the comforts of our living rooms and probably watching somebody else react. Cameron, aka the Friendship Design, are you doing a live reaction? I know the timing works kind of better, but not perfect for you. Let us know in the chat. But if you enjoyed watching this week's episode, we would love it if you support us with a like and a follow, whether you're listening on YouTube or listening on podcasts. If you really liked it, drop us a follow. And if you loved it, go to the growuplevelup.com or growuplevelup.com and pick up a hoodie with merch designed by the French Dip Design. If you want to follow for more, follow at growuplevelup on all the socials. Make sure you stay there and our Discord as well to get every announcement, such as when the next survey will go up for our audience participation episodes. My name is Samson, aka Samson XP. You can find me on all the socials as well. And for next week's episode, well, I'll tell you about that after Jordan tells us who he is. Jordan, who the heck are you?
My name is Jordan, also known as Sir Dr. JM. You can catch me on all socials all over the internet at Sir Dr. JM. You can see my amiibos. If you follow me, perhaps I'll post some pictures of them for Pokemon Day. You can mostly find me on Instagram at Sir Dr. JM. That's Sir DRJM. But these days, please check me out and please give me a follow on twitch.tv/Sir Dr. JM. I'm possibly, by the time you're listening to this, I may be live playing some of that Marathon Server Slam. We'll see. I'm going to try. I may also be live to discuss the season 50 premiere of Survivor.
Dang, I got to schedule. And sorry, where can people find your live stream?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Sir Dr. JM. That's Sir DRJM.
That's right. And if you miss Jordan, don't worry. The Grow Up Level Up Love comes all around. You can also find the Friendship Design tomorrow morning, every morning really. He'll be streaming Pokemon Fire Red, starting at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is Cameron in the chat there. So definitely go check it out. Once again, this has been Grow Up Level Up. Next week, you are getting a recap of the Pokemon announcements, as well as my adventures in Seattle this weekend for Seattle Regionals TCG, Pokemon TCG, Seattle Regionals. There's going to be a video game there as well, and Pokemon Go as well. But I'm just going for the, what do you call it? The cardboard part. And hopefully I'll be good. I find out, man, this cardboard game is hard. So definitely stay subscribed to follow that. Jordan, do you have any wise words to close out our show today?
Oh, shoot. I don't have any wise words right now. So I will just say, I'm looking for something to quote, but I don't have anything prepared. What's a quote from Pokemon? Samson wants to be... Okay, let's go with that.
Pikachu! All right, let's cut it there. And cut.